Hello, happy Friday. My name is Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And on this channel, we do all things crafty, paper crafty. So welcome on in if you are new. If you are one of my besties, please give me a shout out. Let me know you're here so we could chat. I'm gonna sign in and get this bam shabam bam going. So how's everybody doing? You know, how was your week? We survived. That's exciting. I'm excited for tomorrow. We're doing our April's live card making event. So hopefully everybody got their packets and stuff, you know. Okay, look at me, signed in. I think I might have been a minute or so late, but it's Friday, you'll forgive me. So, okay, what do I have to talk about? While we're waiting for people to get signed on, I am going to talk about, I got my pre-order. I'm not going to do an unboxing. I just figured I would show, you know, little bits here and there what I got. So, tonight, I'm going to show you what we are going to be using for our live class in May, right? So I told you that we're going to be using the new in colors, which are Pretty in Pink. If you're an OG Stampin' Up! Girly, you will recognize that color because they brought it back. Peach Pie, which is very similar to Pale Papaya. So if you were fans of that, this is a little bit richer, but in the same family. Shy Shamrock, how pretty is that? Summer Splash, my jam, anything blue, you know. And then Petunia Pop. So a little purple moment for us. Hey Pam, how you doing? Hi Mom. I'm just kind of waiting for people to get signed on, so I'm showing some of the new products. Now this is the stuff we're going to be using for our May Live. So if you haven't signed up yet, go to my events page, go to May's free card making live. Hi Cheryl. And you can get your hands on some of this product. Let me see. So here are the dots. So I am showing you, what are they calling this? I think it's Unbound Beauty, I want to say. Sweet. So I bought this sweet. So it came with 2 stamp sets. So we got a bunch of sentiments that go with these great dies. Look at these dies. Very detailed for tags, sentiment, focal points, right? Great moment. And then Flowers of Beauty. There's the stamp set that goes with it. The thing, I have to now look at every single set that I decide to feature on those free card making lives because I can't pre-stamp anything. So I want things that you can use your craft stash stuff with. So flowers are always good if you just need a sentiment. If you're just brand new starting, sentiments are always a great place to start. And then there's the dies for Flowers of Beauty. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm going to cut out a lot of flowers for the packets, make fun folds. It's going to be great. So I did that. I got those. I'm going to put them over here so they're not in the way when we shift things over. Hi, Sherry. Happy Friday. How you doing? So I got the cardstock. I bought the Shy Shamrock and the Summer Splash. But then when I got them, I was kind of like, I love them. But for one card kit, it's a lot of like the same. So I might switch that out for another color. Who knows? We'll see if I have time. And then with that suite, you get designer series paper that highlights all the colors, and you get glimmer paper in color. So that's pretty exciting. We're going to be using all of that in May. So there was your little peekaboo. I think there's enough people on here, all my besties, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with tonight's card, which, as promised, is a triple Z fold. I'll hold it up so you can see. Look how cool that is. It folds nice and flat for your envelopes. And then on the back, you have your sentiment and little designs and stuff like that. Love it. Love, love, love this card. I've never done a triple Z fold. We've done Z folds, but never a triple. So I had to do it. I went on to Pinterest. I did not design this card. I put in Seaside Bay, which is the stamp set that we will be featuring, and card inspiration, and that was one of the first ones that came up. And I changed it just a little bit, but not too much at all. I was lucky enough to have some of the By the Bay paper, specialty paper. So I decided to go ahead and use that. But if you didn't have the paper, you could totally make paper out of this stamp set with repeat stamping, like your shells in different colors, or you could use your blenders and make like a sea moment with a sky and the ocean and sand. So it's really versatile. This stamp set is on sale, if you haven't gotten it yet, 50% off. And the dies, I don't know exactly how much, but they're like 65% off. Good deal. There is no bundle for this, but I'm gonna try to hold it up. Wish me luck. There we go. So those are all the detailed dies. They cut out not only just shells on their own with embossment, but they also cut out the stamped images. So it's kind of got a little bit of everything, right? Okay. I think I did my job. Now we're gonna move on to the fun. So what is everybody's big plans for this weekend? Chit chat while we're going. And I know, of course, you're going to be coming to my live on Saturday, so need I even ask? All right, let me get moved around here so we can figure out our lives and get this card done. I have talked enough. Okay, here we go. I'm going to flip. If you guys get seasick, you know the drill. Here we go, going down, going sideways. And boom. Let's see. Just get myself in focus here. Here we go. Okay. Can everybody hear me all right? I just want to make sure. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get like a panic. Like, what if I'm doing all this talking and I hit mute or something? You know what I'm saying? The struggle is real, guys. All right, let me move that up so I know where I am. Put my card up there so we can see what we're working with. And I'm going to pull in my things. Now, on the tutorial, I did a really good job of explaining everything, but a couple things. One thing I just want to show you real quick that's going to make your life easier. When you cut out your strips for the front of the card, go ahead and cut, let me see if I can remember this. It's on the tutorial, but we're going to say 7 1/4 by 4 1/2. You're going to cut yourself a sheet of blue out, right? You are going to score it at 1 1/2 and then at 3 inches. And then you're going to turn it long ways, and in your trimmer, it goes this way, you are going to cut it to make the strips. Now this is easier so you don't have to score that cardstock a bajillion times, right? You just have to score it twice and then you cut your strips out. So let's cut it right, Jessie. Not today. There we go. Oh, did I do it right? I did it right. Okay, so now we have our 3 1.5 inch strips that we're going to use for the front of the card. So that was the only trick really to this card to make it a little easier to prepare your materials. But other than that, you're just making, you know, 7.5 by 5.5 for your base, and then you're going to score it at 1.5 and 3, same as this one. And then we're gonna fold it. And I have to figure out my life. Okay, so the scoring's over here. I'm gonna fold it over. This is a Z fold. Actually, I guess it would be considered a quadruple Z fold because the base is a Z fold, and then we have the 3 strips. So I called it a triple. I think the lady who did it called it a triple, but you know, you call it whatever you want. When it's your card, you're the boss. Okay, so there's that piece. Now we're gonna make our little Z's. Now for this, you're gonna go opposite. Okay, so you want the scored part to be on this side. And you really, if you were to fold this wrong the first time, paper is very forgiving. Just fold it the other way. It's not gonna mess anything up. I have to like look at it and kind of orient my brain before I do it. I don't know if anyone else is like that or just me, but there you go. Okay, let's see this one. I did it backwards. No problem. We can fix it. Okay. So there we go. That's the main part of our card. But before we attach the strips, let's go ahead and glue all our little designer series paper in there. Now I used a piece of the paper that was almost like a scene. So you have the ocean, you have the sand, and you have the sky. But if you did not have this, can you see where I'm going with this? You would just take a piece of paper, smush some Night of Navy on there, smush some crumb cake, smush some balmy blue or whatever color you're using for your blue, and then cut it into your strips. Very easy. And this card will work with anything. So if you have a special occasion or paper pack that you really love, it's gonna work just fine. Now what I did was I took the designer series paper and I cut 6 1¼ inch squares out. And I'm just going to use the paper, both sides of the pattern, right? So on one side, I'm gonna put a seashell, and on the other side, I'm just gonna put the swirly. See where I'm going? And you could mix it up, use as many patterns as you want. It's your card, so trying to get my seashells working. Ooh, the sun just went behind a cloud. It got dark in here. I don't know if you could tell because the light's right above, but my eyes were like dim for a second. Okay. I found some, I'm so mad. I could not find my flat-backed pearls that we sell. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna use those for this card. Could I find them when I needed them? No. Does this surprise anyone? Not really. But I did find these gems. Look at how old that packaging is. but they still are sticky and they still work. So we're gonna use them. I was laughing. Do you know, my husband used to do model making, and he used those pearls as rivets on like his tanks and stuff. And so I bought a whole bunch of them a long time ago, and when he got out of doing it, these were what was left over. So he's like, well, you can use them for your cards. And you know, they got shuffled into the craft stash, and I rediscovered them. There we go. Okay. So that is that. What else do I have to tell you? I don't know. I've been really busy working on the kit together packets because I got to get those out Monday. And so my focus has kind of been on that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Cheryl, I can do that for you. Because 50% off or more, it's a good deal. Very good deal. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I want the last shell here. Stick that on there. So not to get anyone's hopes up, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull some retiring product. And I think we're definitely going to do a giveaway. But I don't know how I want to do the giveaway. So sound off. Did you like the lotto? So what did I call that? The bingo board lotto, I think. Did you guys like that? Do you rather drawings? What do you enjoy, like when I do a giveaway? What's your favorite way to do it? Now, I'm not going to do a bingo. Let me put that out there in case anyone's thinking bingo, bingo, bingo. Because I don't know if I'm going to have enough for like a whole bingo. But I do want to give some giveaways because you guys are so awesome. You're so supportive. And I like to give back. So let me move these out of the way. We got our preps going. The glue is drying. And we'll work on this focal point real quick. Now, I've already done some of the work for us. I've used the dies to make some seagrass and some shells that I cut out of that paper. I used the dies, and then I stamped the crab and I cut it out. And I know those are for cooked crabs, not for little happy crabs that are alive, but we're going to pretend in my world all crabs are red. It doesn't matter if they're cooked, right? We're not going to go. I don't care. That's where I like to live, my little world. You can't burst my bubble. All right, what did I do with I must have put with this stuff. Here it is. I was like, goodness, I lost stuff already, guys. Okay, so let's work on the focal point first. You know, I've yak-jawed enough. And one thing I did forget, and I apologize because I actually did not put this on the tutorial, so you're going to have to improvise. And I have a piece of craft. Do you think that's too dark for sand? It'll be all right. We'll make it work. Okay, I forgot the sand. see. We're just gonna take a piece of paper. Ideally, I would have liked this to be crumb cake, but we're not gonna be picky. I'm just gonna eyeball it. We can always give it a little snip later. And we're gonna tear it. And this is craft, so it is super tough paper. We're gonna tear it like that. Now you have two choices. I did a double sand dune, kind of like that. You could also just stamp on there. It's whatever you like, but I just thought this was kind of neat. Let's use that one. We're gonna use this one. And I'm gonna take a little ink and we're gonna make those fringy pieces just a little bit more pronounced. So I took one of our sponges and I cut it into little wedges so I can use it easily and with more colors. So I'm just gonna do the edge and we'll come back to this later for the back part, but you know, it's sand. It's supposed to be a little dark, a little dirty, you know? Depends on which shore you're at. If you're in the Bahamas, it's gonna be white and lovely and yay. But we're in the, where are we right now? We're in the, I always think of Washington. Like, their beaches are not so white and sandy. It's just a different vibe, guys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me pick up my thing and we'll give it just a little sand dots, you know? There we go. Yeah, there you go. So there's our sand. I'm gonna glue that on the base. Now, like I said, if it goes over, you can always trim it a little, or you can cut it down to 2.5, so it'll be exact. To your card, just do what makes you happy. There you go, there's our sand. And see, that's over just a little bit. Now I'll give it a little snip. There you go. Nobody will know. Okay. So let me get my blue and my little wedge. Oh, my poor kitty. He is knocked out. He has finally accepted the fact that I've moved things around in the craft room. Look at this old beauty. Who misses these? The old style of stamp pads. I know I do. Look at that. You can hold it. It's not clacking around. I mean, I enjoy the other ones because they stack easier and they fit in my little holders now, but there is something to be said for these ones, I will say. All right, so we're just gonna give a little sky. We're gonna make it fancy. Okay. Now this is all stepping up your card. If you don't want to do this and you just want to put a sentiment and something simple, you can absolutely do that. But this is the stuff, I mean, you could get a sponge in the Dollar Tree, do the same thing. Or sometimes it's just, I grab everything to do stuff like that. I'll even take a Q-tip, cotton ball, whatever I have around me, really. I'm just like that. Okay, so we're gonna put some seagrass. Give our happy little crab somewhere to hide and frolic. I love these kind of dies where you're building up the scene. Do that. Okay, and let's get a shell in there. I think we kind of gotta, huh? Oh, had a little sticky on my finger. Okay, now, I did have some dimensionals. I have more. I always have dimensionals hiding my little drawer of everything because you never know when you're gonna need them. Never, never. Okay. So we're gonna pop up that crab. Maybe, sorry, I got some glue on my fingers. Is this surprising one? No. Okay. Just give it a little curl, some dimension. We're gonna pop him into the scene, just like that. Now, let's put a sentiment on this card, shall we? Let's see. I gotta see what I'm doing here. I'm doing here with my life. Okay, let's do, oh, they don't have a birthday one on this one. Well, I'll do it like I did the example. So you are a pearl, rare and precious. We're gonna do that on the front. And then we'll just make it a thank you card on the inside. Okay. So guys, I'm so excited. Recently, we've had 2 new followers on the page. I am so close to 300. That was a long time to get there, and I appreciate each and every one of you wonderful people that follows me and participates. If you know someone that you think might be interested in checking us out and doing a card class, or, you know, just here for the laughs, send them my way. I would surely appreciate it. So I'm just going to finish it off with some little pearls, you know. Oh, that one's stuck. That one was, Lord, why am I not using my tool? Because that would be easy. That's my answer. Okay, so I just put some little pearls in the sand, you know, for some lucky walker by. Okay, now I have a mat for my little focal point, so we will put that on. Okay, we'll do this in a minute. That's the back of the card. So let's go ahead and get this glued into place, shall we? Now what I would do, just like, now you're gonna see where the theme came in with my thought process. On our card on Tuesday or Wednesday, on the ice cream card, we did the ice cream cones where you put one on the edge, then one in the middle, and you centered them. This is a smaller version. So we're gonna glue a strip down right flush with the corner, and then do the same thing on the top, and then we can put our middle in, and that way you're even. So there is your trick for that. And when you use liquid glue, you have time to kind of wiggle it in place, right? So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I'm gonna flip it. Make sure you have the piece that you want on the top, the piece you want on the bottom, and the piece you want in the middle for a smoother put together. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter. If you're doing, you know, a card where they're all patterns, this process really wouldn't matter. But, okay, so that's straight. Now, let's put our glue. Everybody, are you crossing your fingers? You have to cross your fingers or the magic doesn't work. Here we go. Okay. You could use a ruler and you could absolutely really be fussy about it. But I think that's pretty even. So I'm going to go with that. And I appreciate everybody crossing their fingers because I know you besties got my back. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue and glue down the top stripe. And the same thing, you want it in that corner. Straight. And you can even give it a second for that glue to set up. I like flipping my stuff around. I want it to be close to me, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need too much glue. Ooh, don't do that though. Who uncrossed their fingers? No, we're just kidding. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that Jesse's gonna do something. I'm just gonna let that dry for a sec. I'll get under there with my embossing buddy. Don't you worry. All right, so here we go. Now we have the middle finger left to contend with. All right, for this one, I'm gonna put it right on that finger. And I'm gonna line it up, and there you go. It worked. Thank you very much. And since we did our focal point, the last part of the card is just putting that in place where you want it. And you are done. But what I like to do is put a little on the top, a little on the bottom, and one line in the middle. Flatten it down. Then you can kind of push it in place where you want it. Is that straight? No? Why didn't anyone tell me? All right, I think that's straight. My eyes, after allergies, allergy drops, and everything, we're blurry tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so there is the front done. Gorgeous. Oh, one of our little beads came off. Okay, so now on the back. This is where you're gonna write your sentiment or your inside, you know. So we're just gonna have a little bit of fun down here on the bottom. Put a thank you in there. And that will be it for this card, guys. How simple is this? I'm in love. So my husband got a sound bar a week or so ago, and he has been living his best life today, watching a show, because I have good hearing and sensitive ears, so I can't have it super, super loud or I will get a headache. But he is kind of hard of hearing. I mean, many years on a gun range, and, you know, military stuff will do that to you. But he, I was busy today, so he decided he was going to sit upstairs and really take advantage of his sound bar, and he was just going to live his best life. And when I tell you that the walls were shaking, I am not exaggerating, and that part doesn't bother me. Like, I think it's funny, but he was just up there, like, living his best life, which I'm so happy for him. got to be hard when you can't hear and, or like, you know, you really like a show, like a action movie where the bombs are blowing up and stuff, and you just want to feel it in your chair. That's what I'm saying. That's what he was doing. So, I don't know. He's living his best life. But the point of my story is when I said, okay, babe, I'm going to go do my live. Now, he's all the way on the other side of the house upstairs, so I'm sure you guys wouldn't have heard it. But because he was being considerate, he decided to take a break, and he turned it off, which is very nice of him. Here we go. Okay, so I am just like the front, tipping the card in some blue. Just kind of kick it up a notch. You know what I mean? Do you have to do this? Absolutely not. But does it look pretty cool? Yes, I think so. I have friends that do this on every piece of paper, like when they make books, when they do anything. It just elevates your card or your project. Okay, so we're gonna put some seagulls on there. I have some, oh, the girls are saying hi. Okay. Put a shell. And I think I am short some seagrass. So I will leave that off for this. That's okay, you get the idea. Imagine I put seagrass there. It's gorgeous, right? Simply gorgeous. Okay, here we go. Now I have some seagulls, but I don't want to put all of them. We could put, since I don't have seagrass, let's put a big one. You want to do that? Let's be crazy tonight. Let's just go off script. Hi, Jackie. You okay? Here we go. All right. There we go. Is that a seagull? I think that's a seagull. I don't know. I'm not a zoologist, people. I don't know what it is. But you know, it's a bird. It's a seafaring bird. That's what it is. Okay, let me get my thank you sentiment. Here we go. And that's straight. It's straight enough, right? It's straight enough. We're fine. Everybody knows I'm crooked. All right. My blue, the Night of Navy, is so juicy that every time I touch it, I seem to get it on myself. Is it just me? Somehow I doubt it. Those dark colors, they just tend to want to live everywhere. Okay. Here we go. So pretty cute, right? Let me flip it over so we can admire the beauty. Can you hear the seagulls right now? I can. So there is that. Let me clean up my life for 1 second, and I will flip up and we'll chit chat before I say goodbye till tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Lord, now I'm just throwing stuff. It's Friday, right? We're allowed to do that. All right. I have to clean up is because I have to swing the mount. Otherwise, I'd have to get up and move, and nobody has time for that. All right, here we go. I'm moving it, I'm swinging it, I'm flipping it. There we go, I'm back. Oh no, I moved. My job is very complicated. Okay, so let's see. You got lots of juicy ink pads too. I know. I probably have it on my hand. I've probably just wiped it on my nose. Nobody tell me. Who knows? So, Sherry, have you made a triple Z fold before? Or anyone, actually? Has anyone made them? It's pretty cute, huh? It is, here, I'll get it. It's the Seaside Bay. There you go. Seaside Bay stamp set. I think it's $13 in the sales section, so the last chance products. And it's the same name for the dies. So Seaside Bay is that. What else? Let's see. You want to now? Yeah. I know. I saw this card and I was just like, oh, I love it. I never thought of that. Like, we've done Z folds. We've done, you know, with the one bar. I never thought to do 3. This was so smart. I'm telling you, when you get a stamp set, go on Pinterest and just type in, you know, the name and Stampin' Up! Cards, and so much inspiration. I just love it. And then you can case some cards. So, let's see. You want to make it? Good. If you guys do, if you make the triple Z fold, whether you use the set or not, I want to see it. So please post on my page, share your beautiful cards. I love to see them. And I love to chat about it. So, you know, if you have ideas, run them by me. If there's a fold that you saw, be like, hey, Jess, have you ever done this? And if I haven't, or I have, maybe I'll look it up and we'll do it. All right? Yes. This is what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. Love Pinterest. I know. Sherry has some amazing boards. So I just go on there and I have like a section, Stampin' Up! Stamp sets. And then I click on that. And then when I want to add like a new stamp set, I'll type it in, make a section for it, and put all my inspiration in there. You know, also, Pinterest is around and easy to navigate. So if you have older sets that you just need a little card inspiration, how great is it that you can be like, this stamp set from Stampin' Up! Cards, and whatever people have made and shared, you can see, right? So that's the other great part about it. Use what's in your stash. I cannot stress this enough. All right, so that's it for me today. I will see you beautiful ladies tomorrow. Until then, you know, I love you. I appreciate you guys for spending some Friday love with me. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.